Let's get ourselves connected. Gotta get yourself connected.
Gotta get connected.
Well, in our ongoing series to show you all the different netbooks that are on the market today, and I honestly think we could probably do a whole show just about netbooks. There's so many coming out these days and they're so popular. We're going to take a look at this one from Dell. It's called the Dell Mini. This is the version 9 we're looking at today, and the reason why they call it the version 9 is because it essentially has an 8.9-inch screen, so almost 9 inches. Let's call it 9 inches, and that's why they call it the Mini 9. Interesting thing about netbooks is how do you decide like what makes it a netbook? And we were talking about this, and essentially anything kind of once you get to the 12 inches, 13, 14 inches becomes a notebook, but anything under that is sort of classified in this. And I know we keep showing this, but just to break out my Toshiba here, you know, the whole idea behind these netbooks is that they're just smaller computers, less expensive, easy to sort of pick up, take with you on the road. One of the reasons why they're less expensive is because they typically don't have as much processing power. This one has the Intel Atom processor, and it's 1.6 gigahertz, not meant for a lot of heavy lifting, but it certainly is strong enough to run things like email and web browsing. A couple things to take a look at here. They've actually removed all the function keys, and I'll actually show you just in comparison back to the Toshiba here. If you look at the Toshiba, we've got all these function keys along the top row. In order to make more room for the trackpad for the mouse here, is they've made the keyboard smaller by removing those. And if you take a close look here, you'll see that all the function keys are actually what they call function keys. So you have to hit the function button and the function key to make those work. Not a big deal, but as they squish these keyboards smaller and make them closer together, guys like me who have big hands have a lot of trouble, you know, starting to use them. But nevertheless, pretty good little notebook. And I should mention prices on these things start, you know, around the $350 range and go up from there. So you can get started with one of these little notebooks fairly cheaply. I just want to show you how you can expand these things, because a lot of people don't actually realize this. Netbooks often get a bad rap for kind of not being upgradable, but take a look at this. Because it's using a solid state hard drive, it's actually not using like what we're used to, those traditional hard drives like the eSATA drives. It uses these solid state drives. They look like these little chips, you know, what we'd associate with memory chips or RAM chips. So if you wanted to upgrade your hard drive, this is it here on this side, you could literally go from a solid state drive, this one's a 16, you could add a 32 or even a 64 gigabyte drive to this one pretty simply. The memory is pretty standard as well. This has a 1 gig chip in it, but I could pop that out and put in a 2 gig version as well. And something interesting to know, just because I do have it open here, in Europe, they actually have WWAN cards. Essentially, the idea here is you can put in like a 3G wireless card so that you can get internet, like a cell phone internet, anywhere you go. And this card here, just because I've got it open, is our wireless internet. So when you get it home and you connect to your sort of home router or whatever, that's the card there that's doing that. Again, it's the Dell Mini. This is the 9 version. It's got the 8.9-inch screen, and it's a pretty good little unit if you're interested in getting into the world of netbooks.
Gotta get connected.